Let's begin with Maui, the fan-favorite demigod of the wind and sea. One of Disney's most successful franchises has brought the magic of Polynesian mythology to the big screen. With its 2 films, Moana has turned into a beloved heroine as we follow her journey of becoming a demigoddess. Throughout the films, we've been introduced to gods, demigods, and different mythical beings, each different from one another and each having different powers. Whether they've been Moana's ally or villain, these figures give complexity to Moana's universe, and we would love it if Moana 3 introduced us to new demigods. Anyway, one of the most iconic characters in the Moana universe is Maui, the charming demigod with a magical fishhook that has helped Moana in her 2 missions so far. In this first film, he tells us more about his abilities by, well, bragging about them. He tells Moana he is able to pull islands from the ocean and even claims he can harness the sun. Maui's fishhook is an important part of his identity. It's a symbol of his power. Thanks to it, he can shapeshift into animals. I really loved his character arc in the sequel. He proved to everyone, but most importantly to himself, that even without his demigod status, he is a brave character who will be there for Moana no matter what. Next on our list is Teiti, the goddess of creation. Even though we don't see her in the sequel, Teiti serves as the heart of Moana's story. She's the goddess of creation who helped shape the islands and brought life to the ocean. Her heart, a small green stone, has incredible powers, which is why a lot of people are interested in it, including Maui. In the original film, she loses her heart to Maui's theft and transforms into Taka, the lava monster.
This is between him and me. Moana has nothing to do with it.
Taka is basically the dark version of Teiti. She is the fiery counterpart who emerges after Teiti's heart is stolen by Maui in the original film. Taka serves as the main antagonist in the first film, blocking the way to Teiti and challenging Moana and Maui in various ways. And here's why Taka is a special character. She's not actually evil. Her rage comes from loss. Once her heart is restored, she comes back to her true form as Teiti. Hopefully, we'll see Teiti in the next Moana installment. Maybe she'll serve as her ally. What do you guys think? Share your theories before we continue with one of the most powerful beings in the Moana universe. Nalo, the god of storms and lightning. Introduced in Moana 2, Nalo is the main antagonist who places a curse on the ocean, separating the islands and their people. Nalo's ability to create storms and lightning makes him one of the most powerful characters in the franchise, and the fact that his only purpose is to dominate the world is terrifying. His battles with Moana and Maui push the characters to their limits, with Maui eventually losing his powers and the titular character losing her life. There's also his vow for revenge in the post-credit scene of Moana 2, which hints at his return. So yeah, he'll be back, but this time he'll return stronger than before. Do you guys think Nalo has some hidden motivations? What about Matangi, the underwater goddess?
Always has to make an entrance.
Do not fear! You have been rescued!
Is she really Moana's ally? Matangi is another character we met in Moana 2. At the beginning of the film, she appears to be an antagonist as she ties up Maui, making Moana's journey even more difficult than it was. However, she later shows that she is there to help Moana in her mission to restore balance to the ocean. We know nothing about Matangi's realm beneath the sea, except that it's filled with secrets and dangers. Her connection to the ocean and the fact that she also appears in the mid-credit scene hints at her playing one of the key roles in the future Moana installments. This only brings us to the ocean. The ocean is not a god or a demigod, but in this franchise, it behaves like a divine being. So far, we've seen the ocean guide, protect, and challenge Moana. After all, the ocean saved her as a baby, helped her find her way as a wayfinder, and did plenty of good deeds in the sequel. Interestingly, some fans theorize the ocean will be a matchmaker in the 3rd installment, helping Moana find her true love. By the way, do you think Moana should get a love interest? Let us know before we continue with Moana. Is she the demigod of the ocean?
Yes! I'm going with Moana on a call from the ancestors!
At the end of Moana 2, Moana sacrifices herself in order to save her people. She dives deep into the ocean to lift Nalo's curse, and when Nalo strikes with lightning, she loses her life. Thankfully, she's then resurrected as a demigod, meaning she has acquired new powers and is likely immortal. While nothing's confirmed yet, fans believe that with her new powers, she can control the ocean, creating glowing paths and use her oar as a weapon similar to Maui's fishhook. Moana's transformation into a demigod marks the beginning of a new franchise. franchise. It also marks the beginning of a new journey for the Tettler character, as she's no longer just a leader for her people. She's a bridge between the human and divine worlds. Her newfound powers will be explored in the third installment. So, will there be new gods in Moana 3? While there are the demigods and gods that we know so far, Moana 3 has to introduce more. The sequel introduced us to Nalo and Matangi, so we're probably going to see more complex characters in the third film. Polynesian mythology is rich with deities. From goddess Hina to Maui to Kakia to Yaranga, there are plenty of interesting characters who could be introduced in future installments. What gods or demigods do you like to see in the next film? Could Moana face a rival demigod, or perhaps team up with one? Let us know, and as always, thanks for watching. See ya!